can we be able to also renew our attitude to accumulate these policies and programs? And the only way we can renew our attitude is to have a parallel shift in activism from militancy, from cybercrime, violent extremism, drug abuse, fake drugs, to peaceful business practices that will add value to nation building. I want to state it clearly that a nation that puts more premium on illegal business practices, criminal activities, is a nation that will hardly experience peaceful coexistence, not to talk about economic growth of the nation. As citizens, we must put premium on the issue of patriotism over criminalities. We are in a nation where people derive pleasure, joy, by involving themselves in crime. So the main purpose of this program is to reawakening our citizenly consciousness to enforce the existing law. If I commit crime, I should pay with my life. I should allow the law to take its course. The rest of this program is for us to make sure we have diligence in leadership, because there are so much saboteurs in the system and government has refused to fish them out. I cannot be in drug abuse and host this program against drug abuse because my conscience will not allow me. I cannot be in cybercrime and gather people to discuss against cybercrime because my conscience will not allow me. So if you are in charge of any affairs in government whose mandate is to curb the menace of drugs abuse, fake drugs and other forms of criminality, how sincere are you? Because we have seen a situation where people compromise their sense of national unity, their sense of patriotism over what they want to achieve. Today, we are gathering there as civil society to make sure that we create synergy. One, to call on the security agencies to put more premium on enforcing the law, the existing law. Nigeria is governed by law, and we should allow that law to take place. A nation that is governed by law is a nation that will experience growth. But a nation that is governed by politics is a nation that will experience nothing but insecurity, disunity. Let's begin to look at our nation the way it is. How ready are we to make this nation work for our generation and the next generation? Let's begin to caution those who are in the face of governments, what they are not doing right, and beginning to reform the system. Because if we do not reform the system, we cannot get it right. Everybody is just doing what will benefit them immediately and instantly and forget the future. This is not the nation our forefathers established or brought to bear. This is not the dream of our forefathers. So we must begin to rise with the spirit of patriotism and unity to address issues. Nobody is bigger and greater than Nigeria. No matter how you live on earth, you can't live more than 100 years or 150 years. So let us begin to see. A lot of our leaders have been traveling out. If you cross any boundary with drugs, it's a death penalty. But here in Nigeria, we spare them. Those drug traffickers, we spare them. Those consuming the drugs, we spare them. And they end up making law under the influence of drugs abuse. And any law made under the influence of drugs abuse is taking us backwards. So let us be able to reshape our attitude. If we cannot talk to 200 million Nigerians, we can gather 200 participants, 300 participants, just like that we did, and begin to have a renewed attitude, and beginning to put the issue of patriotism first. Secondly, I want to suggest to federal governments, the police are trying, the ICPC are trying, the EFCC are trying to curb the menace of cybercrime. I think we need an independent agency to be called National Agency Against Cybercrime. We need to amend the 2015 Anti-Cybercrime Act to give room for the establishment of National Anti-Cybercrime Agency so that we can be able to, even those who are into cybercrime, all those Yahoo boys. And secondly, if you live in an environment, you notice that your neighbor is doing well, but he hardly go out to work. You need to call the attention of security to them. I am doing that. I've seen boys, they are living well. They only go out in the night. What are they doing? They are into cybercrime. We cannot allow that to happen. Also, the issue of drug abuse. If we must cop the menace of drug abuse, at least to the barest minimum, we must, the government, if you does that, this person does that, I think we will live in harmony, and we will live in unity and harmony, and everybody will be better off. Today, I want to sincerely thank, this is not what I've thanked before, the chief host, the Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission. To us, after we hosted a program on the protection of critical infrastructure against vandalism during the election, we didn't intend to put up this program. But the National Human Rights said, you guys can do this. Have this hall free. And that was a better offer they give to us. And that strengthened us. I want to thank the Executive Secretary National. And I want to also commend those security agencies that have been seeing our role in complementing their efforts. Because one thing I know, everybody cannot be in government to drive government policies. So if you're in government, you have to also create room for those who are ready to complement your effort, those who are ready to also add value to what you are doing, so that we can work together. That is called inclusive government.